If you really want to get married to me, then you're gonna have to cut ties to your family.
What?
It should be easy for you to do something like that for me, right?
Connor, what are you talking about right now? By the way, why would you be so sudden about this? When you proposed to me a little while ago, you never said anything about me having to leave my family behind if I wanted to marry you. What's happened to you?
I told my parents that I'd already proposed to you and everything, and that I was waiting on an answer from you. And, well, having said that, both of my parents went and had someone take a look into you and your family.
They're taking a look into us? Well, I guess I can understand, sort of, why someone's family would want to do that to the family of their child's fiancé before they actually get married. But you and I have been together for a while now, and both of our families know one another well enough where something like that shouldn't be warranted. And considering this is my family we're talking about, there isn't anything strange about them that would cause you guys to not like me anymore.
And that's what I thought about your family at first as well. But your mom, she works in a factory, right?
What? Yes, that's correct.
And the same goes for your little brother? He works for a different company, but within a factory all the same, right?
That's right. And they actually do work for the same company, but my mom is working in the main factory while my brother is working in a branch factory in the next city over.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard about that.
It is? Well, I guess we never did really go into detail about where those two are working currently, besides me just telling you the name of the company itself. But that's all you really seemed to care about asking me at the time, so I never went into further detail. Is there some kind of a problem with that?
There's a major problem with that. I was already told by the both of my parents that they're against us getting married due to you not having a father. But after telling them that both your mother and brother work for a large company, you should be just fine as my wife and will work for the same kind of company. Both of my parents are happy because the name of that company alone carries a lot of weight in terms of status, and so my parents said they'd be fine with you as my wife. But just fine.
Huh? Wait a second, Connor, what do you consider my family to be?
I assumed that since they both worked for that company, you would be the same, all working as office workers or maybe even businessmen. However, after having a look inside your family with the help of my parents, what did I find? They're both working in the factory and low-level employees at that.
Hey, what is actually going on with you right now? What is this all about? What do you have against two people that work really hard to make a living in a factory? Both my mom and my brother happen to be really good with their hands and wanted to work in places like that because it suited their strengths. That's all, Connor. And it's not like either one of them are poor right now either.
Listen here, May, you still don't get what I'm trying to say to you? I'm trying to explain to you that two people working in a job meant for lowlifes are no use to my family and I.
Huh? Did you just call their line of work one for lowlifes? I'm not sure what about their jobs has anything to do with being lowlifes, but what you just said there was very rude, right?
May, stop derailing this conversation.
I'm not trying to derail things.
What I'm saying to you right now is that if you do not cut ties to that lowlife family of yours, then I'm not going to be able to marry you. You have a responsibility to answer me right now about that. So let me ask you one last time. Do you have what it takes to cut ties to that low-life family of yours so that you and I can marry to become husband and wife?
You're asking the impossible from me.
What?
Now, you listen. I never thought you were the kind of man who judged people off of their career alone.
Then I guess you and I can't get married now. Is that what you really want? All you have to do is leave those two behind, and then you can live the rest of your life with me in happiness.
I don't need you. I don't even feel any love for you now. Actually, I feel pretty resentful towards you now and don't ever want to talk to you or your family ever again.
What?
Thank you so much for showing me your true self right now. Saves me a lot of time having to suffer from learning after becoming your wife. Since I never gave you a full answer to your proposal yet, allow me to answer you right now. No. Goodbye forever now.
Hey, May, you're still living in this small city?
What?
I just saw you out in front of the bus station.
Well, if it isn't you, Connor. It's been a long time since I last heard anything from you.
I believe it's been 3 years since the last we talked.
Looks like I completely forgot about blocking you, huh?
What?
Well, allow me to do that right now. Goodbye forever.
Wait! I have something I want to talk with you about.
What could that possibly be, though? I am a very busy woman right now and don't have time to talk with judgmental assholes like you.
What? Well, anyway, I wanted to say, actually, 4 months ago I got married, and that wife of mine's father happens to have his own company, which I've started to work for now.
Very cool. Was that all you had to tell me?
Hold on, listen to this. After listening to some of the conversations and such there, I hear that you happen to be working for a customer of ours.
Is that right? And?
This should seem like a massive chance for you right now, May.
A chance for what, exactly?
I'm gonna take charge of managing the business this company does with yours. So from now on, you sell me that product for half price.
No way, not gonna happen.
Of course, I can understand one wanting to say that right now, but if you want me to give you a little incentive right now, by halving the price, I'll introduce you to a man I know.
Huh?
Now, isn't this turning out to be a really good deal for you, too? How wonderful! You're no longer gonna have to live the rest of your life as an ugly and lonely old hag.
I have no need for a man. I am married to the love of my life now, and nothing is going to ever separate us.
What? You're kidding me, right? Since when did you get married?
More than 5 months ago now.
You went and got married quicker than I did?
Also, I work in a department that doesn't work with anything like customer relations and such, so I have no ability to do business with you on behalf of this company. Go ahead and take over managing that business all you want, but you aren't ever going to be working with me on anything. So if you're wanting to get things at half price from this company, you're going to have to talk with those in the sales department.
Are you kidding me right now? Yo, seems that my wife knows about you somehow.
She does?
She was laughing under her breath about how you used to be my fiancé at one point. So, you were even looked down upon by most of your friends in the past?
So what you're saying is, your wife used to be an old friend of mine or something?
That's what it seems like to me when I was talking with her about how one of the company's customers had my ex working for them. She asked to see a picture of you. And so I showed her a picture of all of us together from a long time ago when we went out camping with our group of friends. I think we were with our friends from college or something like that.
Oh, is that right? I'm starting to remember who your wife might be now. Her name is Jessica, right? She's the only person I can remember from my past who would make fun of and look down on me because she thought she was so amazing having a father who owned and ran a company.
Well, that's correct. Thanks to you and I never getting married, I was able to get married to the daughter of a CEO named Jessica.
Well, congrats. So happy to see that you got what you wanted. May, it's been too long now. We haven't seen one another since the graduation ceremony from back in college. Jessica. Well, come on now. I was so shocked to learn what I'd learned. To think my husband's ex-girlfriend was you, of all people. And just like I'd always known, you are that poor lowlife of a woman who has nothing going for her, right? Two pains in the ass have become a married couple. Damn it. Huh? I'm not sure what you find enjoyable about getting in touch with your husband's ex-girlfriend like this, but you can't just be coming back to me again in order to make fun of me like old times, right? Well, the thing is, I do have something I want to talk with you about, and that's why I'm texting you again. Soon, my dad is going to be having his company's anniversary party, all right? And I thought that it'd be nice of myself to invite you to that party as well. And since this is a once-in-a-lifetime party for you to be coming to, go ahead and bring that husband of yours along as well, please. This is going to be an eating while standing kind of party, and there will be plenty of foods there someone of your class could never eat. But just be sure not to come and gorge yourself on all of the really fancy foods, because the rest of us high-class people have to eat as well. That party is for Company Inn's anniversary, correct? That's right. And I think it will be the perfect place for you to finally learn what kind of an extraordinary person I am, so that you can no longer talk back to me like a sassy, jealous child anymore. I was already invited to that party as a +1 with my husband, so there's no need for you to be inviting me to it as well. Huh? I look forward to seeing you then. What? Why have you and your husband already been invited?
Huh? The wife of the CEO of my company's parent company is you, May? What? Yeah, what the hell is going on here?
Well, you actually came here today? I'm not sure who it was that invited you to come out to my dad's company's anniversary party, but the fact still remains that you are nothing more than a lowlife who came from a fatherless household where everyone is dirt poor. So, like I was saying to you before, there's a lot of food here that someone of your class would never ever have a chance of eating anywhere else, so please don't look like a hog gorging yourself on all of it. By the way, that man standing next to you is your husband, right? He gives off that aura that any average man working a base-level job would be giving. Now, I imagined him being more ugly than he really is, so I'm a bit surprised by that. Wait, huh? Connor is... Hey, May! Why the hell has my husband just gone over to you and started talking with your husband like that? Why are they shaking hands now as well? My mom and dad are talking with him now too? What the hell is going on here? Who the hell is your husband, May?
Hey, May! Do you think you could talk with your husband about letting me come work for him at this company's parent company, please? I kind of feel bad for asking this after having already been given a job at this company by Jessica's father, but to be straight up with you, working for the parent company of this company means that I'll be getting paid way more in the future and will just look better as well. And of course there'll be something in it for you, too. I'll give you the reward of coming with me to a 5-star resort where you and I can stay in the most expensive suite there for one night together. How does that sound? You're super happy to be hearing that, right? It's pretty amazing that your husband gets to be the CEO of this company's parent company and all, but you've got to admit that he does not look like he does well in bed. If you do as I asked, I'll make sure to please you the same way I always used to under the sheets.
May, give me your husband right now. I am the one who's meant for a man of that class. And of course, you don't have to give him to me for free. I'll give you Connor back if you can do that for me. This is a message that my husband is asking I relay to you. Oh, just like I thought. He really wants me more than you, right? You are disgusting beyond belief, so I'm going to have to say no to that offer with all my heart. What did you say? Now here's something else for you. I have been getting loads of texts from your husband, and it's all so annoying that I am starting to get really frustrated now. Huh? What has Connor been texting you about? If you'd like to know about all the things he has been saying to me, I'll take screenshots of them right now and send the pictures to you. What the hell is all of this? Connor, you bastard! I have an additional message for you. It's not fair for me to just send you all of the things that he said to me recently. So I'm going to go ahead and send him screenshots of all the messages you sent to me as well now. Huh? I really have no desire to get involved in whatever the hell you both want from my husband and I, so we'll be leaving all the fighting between you both now. So please, do what you want amongst each other.
Listen to me right now, you rotten bitch! Who the hell do you think you are going after another woman's husband like that when you have me as your husband right now?
Well, what about you then, Connor? What the hell do you think you're doing asking for her husband to give you a job at his company in exchange for taking her out to a 5-star resort so that you can please her in bed?
As a man, it's my job to do whatever I can to make sure that I have a successful life, right? And that is why I said I would please her for one night if she made me successful.
You have no right offering things like that to her when you can barely even please me at night.
What the hell did you just say? I'm gonna divorce your ass now. Divorce your ass for sure.
Not before I make sure to divorce your ass.
Oh, really? Well, that means we're done then, huh? Then you go and get those divorce papers for us right now and bring them to me.
Late that night, in the corner of a really wealthy neighborhood, the police had to be called out to one decently sized mansion to deal with a domestic assault call. Before the party had ended that night, Jessica came back with divorce papers in hand, yelling for Connor to come out and sign them so they could get divorced. And with all the guests' attention on them, they went back and forth fighting over who was the reason for the divorce, to the point that they started to fight physically. Jessica also screamed about how Connor was trying to leave her father's company to come to my husband's, which left her father feeling even more ashamed than he already was. And so as he asked for all his guests to leave, the police showed up and took care of the situation that had unfolded between those two. Both Jessica and Connor lost ties to all their family, and Connor lost his job working for Jessica's father. One might ask why they never ended up getting that divorce in the end, and the reason for that is because right before Connor was going to sign the papers, he found out how much debt Jessica had put them both in with her crazy spending. And with nobody to help pay that debt off for them, Connor decided that their only choice was to stay together, so that they could work as a team to pay it all off. To this day, they are both working close to 60 hours a week at some base-level jobs, trying to pay whatever they can off while not speaking a single word to one another, making it seem as though they're not even husband and wife. As for my husband and I, and what we did on that wild night at Jessica's father's residence, we made sure to stay out of all the fighting that ended up taking place. And when asked who had called the police on them, I made sure to tell them it was me, since I wanted to make sure they both had to deal with the law instead of hurting anyone else. And so after saying such, my husband and I made sure to tell Jessica's father and mother that we would be leaving, and that it was a very fun party indeed. And not even a month after that night, my husband received a call from Jessica's father over the phone, saying he could no longer bear the embarrassment from that night and would be stepping down. The following day, my husband went out to his company and started talks about having it merged back into his company and taking over their whole entire operation. Not too long after those talks, the company was a part of my husband's now, and his yearly earnings increased by another $100,000. I've spoken with my husband about my family's situation before, and we're thinking that next year we'll be giving $50,000 to my brother and $50,000 to my mother, so that they can take it easy for a while and enjoy some of the finer things. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.